morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this. Happy weekend, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Before I go any further, I'm going to do a little video today, but I want to make something quite abundantly clear. A couple of weeks ago, there's a new mobile phone rules brought in. Everything's been doubled, 6 points, £200 fine. I want to make it clear, right, from the start. Both hands on the wheel, right, and what I do is I'll make although I might video for about an hour, right, come on, switch gear. I might video for about an hour. You might only see 15 minutes of it. I'll edit the rest out, so don't think I'm touching the phone while I'm driving along or anything like that, because I'm not. And as you can see, I'm still concentrating on what I'm doing, checking my mirrors. Pulling onto the motorway now, checking my mirrors, what's going on and everything, so everything works well. I can operate my phone from my steering wheel, so that's not an issue at all. And yeah, it wants to close again. Whoa, what's going on there? Whoa. What's that? It never fucking moves it. Right, anyway, so that's just a disclaimer. You know, I'm not breaking the law in any way. You know, my hands are on the wheel. I can operate my phone from my steering wheel. So that's that really. You know, what I want to do today is I'm going to make a video. It's a beautiful day, right? It's 9th of March, so it's springtime. It looks like it's springtime coming, but never be fooled by that, you know. Never be fooled by springtime. You know, there's still plenty of time for a bit of snow and ice and slush and that. Because last year I do truck shows. A lot of you know I do truck shows. And Peterborough is 1st of May, bank holiday, first bank holiday in May. And on the Friday, I was going down there Friday night. On the Friday morning, I was going across the 62 in snow. Covered in snow and slush underneath. You know, didn't make it easy, but so there's still plenty of time yet. And that was back in April. That's right. So basically, I'm going up to Scotland. I'm going up to Livingston, Central Belt. I just thought it'd be a nice day. I thought. Might make a nice video, you know, springtime and that, you know, going up the A66, that's the way I go, 66. Google Maps reckons it's quicker, SatNav reckons it's quicker, and everybody else seems to go that way, so that's the way I go. A66 and the M74, and that's all. We'll see how we get on. It's some nice views up there, you know, it's nice, I like it. Yeah, doing well. At the moment, we're just passing Escape at Castle. For goodness sake, what are we doing? Escape at Castleford. I've got loads of people cutting in front of me right at the last minute, wanting to go off towards Escape and that. We're going to the retail park there. I can't remember what it's called now. Junction 32, they call it or something, don't they? So either or, you know what I mean? I'm not bothered, but I'll go there. Well, I want to go there because Claire got some nice jeans there the other week. I'm going to go get some. Not women's ones, of course, I'll have some men's. Another thing I want to tell you today is I had trouble with on my other videos that I was editing and they weren't playing and stuff like that. And do you know what it was? I found out it was copyright issues. And do you know, it was something as simple, right? It was something as simple as having the radio on in the background. It was absolutely ridiculous. It was the radio on in the background and it picked up the music and it's copyrighted. And the one I was having trouble with was Sony Music. So if anybody's I put music on and the record label Sony Music, it's just going to block the video out, you know. So sometimes if you're watching a video and suddenly it goes quiet, that's because I've had to remove the song because it's copyrighted, otherwise it won't play. And I don't know how it works because I've looked into it. There's videos on YouTube how to get around copyright and all that sort of stuff, and none of them, they'll bleat on for about 10-15 minutes about absolute rubbish, right, or 5 minutes or something, and you're still no further forward. They just turn around and say basically you can't do it. I've looked on forums for it and everything, you can't do it. So if I put music in my videos, I've got to be very careful what I put in, because what it does, it's copyrighted. It's a nightmare. So basically, going across, coming off the M62 now onto the A1 North. I'm going the A1 North up to Scotch Corner. I'm actually going into Coney Garth, that's it, I want to get a top wash. Went up the A1 North, up to Scotch Corner, A66 across to Penrith, and then the M6 all the way up, and I might come off the A71. I'm going to have a break on the way up, so what I'm going to do is, on the break on the way up, I'll have a look at Google Maps, and I'll see what the traffic's like. They're doing a lot of roadworks up there at Wraith Interchange. It's been going on for years. I don't know what they're doing, to be honest. It's a bloody nightmare at times. You go up there in the morning in the M8 and that, and it's roadworks, you'll be in it for about 45 minutes, 40 minutes. But I know a little way there, I'll go around the A71 now, so in the back end of Livingston that way. So we'll see. Okay, what's up there? We'll see. But what I'll do is I'll check Google Maps and see where I go, because otherwise it'll be across the M8 into Livingston now. So just good. Enjoy. See, it's a beautiful day. Just need to get the top wash and I'll get some polishing done on it. Everything will be alright. Radio once, I don't know, something, I'll have to pull stuff out or whatever, I don't know. It's going to be a nice drive up, as long as it stays like this. Nice gap in between the lorries in front and that. Right, I'm going to set off over 66 now, we'll see how we get on. Alright, I'm at Scotch Corner, so about 45 minutes over to Penrith. I'll try and put some music on from somewhere to keep us entertained, or something like that, I don't bloody know, do you know what, it's getting a bit fed up with it. Okay, so, not to worry, on his way, and we'll see, alright? Let's go. Straight out, there's nothing coming behind us, the DSV, but it's 400 yards behind us, he'll come past in a minute. What's that? Shut up. Beautiful day still, absolutely lovely. Absolutely lovely. It's 11 Celsius outside, so it's not too bad. Right, what we're coming up to now, we're coming up to the snow gates. I've never actually been over here in the snow. I'll be honest, I've never been over here in the snow. But that sign there will be lit up, road closed due to snow, whatever. And here we have like the snow gates. On the other side of the road, if you can see, is turning circle. So what you do is you go into that slip road, spin it round, and that's it. You've had it basically. They'll shut these gates here, right? And that's it. You'll have to go back to the A1 and find an alternative route. I've never been over in the snow. I know people have been stuck here for days on the snow. That was going back a long time ago. And as you can see, they've got the poles, these poles, off the snow poles. And what they do is, the snow falls, and if you're stuck up here, like, you'll use them poles as a guide to where the road is. So you keep inside the poles, and you should be pretty much okay. So if you look at the ground there, I'd say you've got like 2 foot, 3 foot maybe, 2 foot. So if you keep 2 foot from each inside of each pole, you'll be okay as long as you've got traction and that, and away you go. But that's what they are, they're snow poles. You get them about certain places in this country, you've got them. I've been through Glencoe in the snow and the ice, in the dark at 4 o'clock in the morning, which was slow and steady away, very slow and steady. I've never been across here in the snow, but they shut this road at the drop of an hat. You know, oh, it's too windy, we're going to shut it. It's snowing, we're going to shut it. You know what I mean? They shut this road at the drop of an hat, like, you know. But that's what they are, yeah, snow poles. I've never been over here in the snow, but like I say, I know a bloke that was up here for 3 days in the snow, and that was going back to what, I think it was 1994-ish, 3-ish, something like that, maybe early 90s, very early 90s. He was stuck up here for 3 days in the snow. You can see if it's snowing and that, you're stuck out here a bit bleak, I suppose. But we're on the climb now, we're on the climb up towards Statemore. Statemore's halfway across. Get past this bloke. Statemore's halfway across. So what we're doing now, we're doing about 38 mile an hour, so he's doing about 34, 35. But it's very nice up here. Days like this, it's beautiful. The days like this, right, everywhere's beautiful. Everywhere's beautiful, it's really nice. Sometimes look at these little farms out there, I think, who the hell lives in them? In the distance, up amongst the hills, you'll look and see a little farm there, or a little house. I think kids get to school. Right, we're past him now, I'm going to move over. Just give me a flash in, so I'll give him a little wink on the indicators to say thank you very much. Here on the 66, and we've still got the snow poles. Weather's clouding up a bit, to be honest, which I'm not quite impressed with. Blue skies up there though. Blue skies, getting a bit of low clouding, so now we're getting quite high now, to be honest. We've been climbing up these hills, up towards the summit, so we are getting quite high, to be fair. The temperature's gone down to 8 Celsius as well, so we've lost a few degrees. Well, we've lost 3 degrees, haven't we? We've done Diana Rossi. Diana Ross has gone, dropped 3 degrees. Right there, she'll have the waving on, won't she? She's still going, she's still alive, Diana Ross. There we go, getting somewhere, look, welcome to Company Up. I love it up here, it's beautiful. I want to come here on holiday, but I love driving through it. A lot of history. You think about what's gone on these hills, who built these walls, you know, building the roads. I mean, I don't know if you can see, I can see hills in front of me, still got a bit of snow on the top. There's only a little bit up there. Right, we're coming down now. I'm going downhill. Back up to 56 miles an hour now, so away we go. Slow it down a bit. See, holding the speed, got me tired of going, it's holding the speed. Oh dear. Right, we're coming up over the top of the stage. This bloke's annoyed me. He's got a mighty fine truck, don't get me wrong. I slowed down, he's been chasing my ass for the past 10 mile. And I ain't been hanging around going across here. Right, chasing my ass for the last 10 mile. He's chasing my ass. But he's got a 730. Whether he's got weight on or not, it don't really matter. He's got 730. You won't notice any weight he's got on. But I slowed down to 50 mile an hour. He got alongside me, cab to cab, and I was back up to 56. Now I've had to slow it down to let him pass and let him in. Instead of just, he could have backed off at a couple of kilometres an hour himself. But no, he's expected me to do it. So I've had to back off to let him pass. Instead of him doing it, I've had to do it. I could have been a total twat, so she's gone down to one lane. I could have been a total twat and just left him out there, you know, but that's not me. I'm not that way inclined. There's a lot of drivers that would have done. A lot of drivers would have left him sat out there, going down to one lane with nowhere to go, but a lot of drivers would have done. I'm not doing that. But I'm not impressed by what he's done, to be honest with you. I'm going to tell you now, I'm not impressed whatsoever. It's pointless. He hasn't got anywhere. It's not like he's racing off into the distance. But I suspect for having a 730, you know, I suppose he's used to it. That's just what he does. Well, that's us past Carlisle now. This is the last junction for Carlisle. Got Vosa next at Todd Hills, but never have any trouble off them, to be honest. Well, I don't anyway. Not even there today. Normally they're waiting on the slip road. See them on the slip road waiting to come chasing after you, but I say not even there today. Lovely weather here in Cumbria. So now we're not into Cumbria next, we're into Galashiels. Dumfries and Galashiels or something. I know, I come up here 2 or 3 times a week. You'd get the hang of it by now, wouldn't you? I'm trying to get the hang of the language first. What are you doing here? What are you doing here? That's it, sorry, what are you doing here? What's that mean then? What are you doing here? What are you doing now? What are you doing now? That's actually it. What are you doing now? Not, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? Yo. A funny place. I stay here sometimes at Todd Hills, but got to get in here early. Got to get in here early and not blocking people in and all sorts. Otherwise, even when you do get in here early, you got to make sure you can get back out again in the morning. Todd Hills. You can park both sides, but other side you've definitely got to be lucky to get a space over there. Very lucky. I don't wonder they're not checking it. They've got a few in there, haven't they? They've got 4 in there already. Yeah, well, I'm not one of them, so that's all that matters to me. I'm regretting a turn off now. border soon. I'm not sure border, you just keep going, do you know what I mean? It's something and nothing, to be honest with you. Makes it sound better than it is. Oh, it's a border, makes it sound better than what it is, but give Jimmy Cranky a turn and Nicola Sturgeon, I'm sure she'll make it into something if she can try. But yeah, we're about 5 minutes away from the services now, so I'll stop in there and have some lunch. Stop in there, 45 minutes, have some lunch. Do a bit of chop polishing. There's some polish I want to read up on as well. I've seen it online and I want to have a little read of it as well, see what it's like. No doubt that'll cost me 60 million quid for a little tub as well. There we are, oh, Scotland. I don't find them windmills offensive. They don't bother me in the slightest. I'd be a lot more happy if they generated more electricity and money than they actually do. I don't think they're as great as they make out. Apparently I heard on the radio that they're cemented on, like bolted onto a concrete base. So the concrete base has a lifespan of 20 years. So once that 20 years is done, they've got to take it all down and renew the concrete base. Well, that ain't going to be cheap, is it? That ain't going to be cheap. Pretty much expect all them concrete bases are going to need doing around about the same time as well, aren't you? Okay, Waters in, Boza, good, nick him. But he's got the cord out, he's got your satellite dish up. Only one way you make well, Waters pay, and that's keeping hard on it. I worked for a firm once doing Waters trailers, and you had to do 3 trips a week, 3 cross-channel trips a week to make it pay. And you weren't doing local stuff either. You weren't doing Southern England work, no way. You got North of England and everything. You've got to keep hard on it. Right, I'm coming down Beaton now. It's nice up here. try and say works M74 north after junction, so yeah, we bloody know that. In fact, have you got on and finished it? This junction here, some services on here, and I had to come over these hills the other week on the back roads down here. It was bloody hard work, I'll tell you that. It was in the dark as well. It was bloody hard work. By the time I got down here onto the motorway, I was bloody knackered. I was like, for goodness sake. And that's it. I stopped there the other night as well. We're just south of Glasgow now, and south of Glasgow, coming off in about 10 minutes. Whipped in the roadworks, the M74, they're a bloody nightmare these. On the morning you'd be, these roadworks have just started more or less, but on the morning you'd be queuing up here already, you'd be queuing up 5-6 miles down the road. What I want to do is I want to video go around Wraith, up to Coatbridge, onto the M8, and that'll be it for this film. There's no need to go down into Livingston and stuff, you know, it's not that great. I just wanted to do the scenery really on the 66 and the 74. But other than that, been a good run up, about half an hour away now from Livingston, to be honest, 40 minutes. I do a lot up this way, a lot. I'm up here like 2 or 3 times a week. I came up twice last week, only once this week though, twice last week. Up. I got told I was doing it last year, and he got a job on. He says, "Oh, do you want to do Scotland?" I said, no, don't bother me. All right, nice one. The next thing you know, I'm 2 or 3 times a week every week. It don't bother me in the slightest. I like it up here, it's alright. People are nice enough. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way at all, you know. Yeah, good and bad everywhere you go, don't you? Services. Instructions hours. If there's a lot of traffic here and Rayford's really bad, this is the Rayford interchange we're coming down to in a minute, you can go on and go up the M73 and come off the first junction onto the A8 that way. And I've done that a few times, and I'll be honest with you, I'll tell you what, it's as long as it is short, right? It's 6 of one, half dozen of another. But if the traffic's bad, you'd be better off staying in the outside lane, because it's actually, although it's 3 lanes, it's actually, this lane is a filter lane, so you're well in your rights to go into the outside lane. And then it's the outside lane up to M73, up a junction onto the A8, turn right onto the A8, and away you go. Because this junction here can be an absolute shocking nightmare. I think they've changed it all again now, to be honest. I think it's changed again. I think they've done some work on it and opened a bit and changed a bit. Lane. See, what gets me is, look, they seem to have finished on the side there. Why can't they just tidy it up? Tidy it up and open it, get rid of it, you know? Same on this side. Tidy it up and open it, get rid of it. Sake. So I got stuck at the red lights, they went through it and I'm still behind them. This bloke's a pain in the arse in front. Right, this is the way up to Bells Hill up here. Big industrial place. You can park at Bells Hill. I've stayed there a few times next to Morrison's and that, but it's noisy. And I can sleep through most things, but it's noisy. It's a lot smoother since I've learnt a few weeks this now, but it's better, isn't it? Just have to stay in this outside, yeah, just have to stay in the outside lane. Let the dust away from my truck. Oh, here we go. Here we go. not too bad. Do you know, sometimes, right, they do roadworks, they make it worse. You thought they'd put a better system in place than this little roundabout. They must be doing something different. Now go on. Ball twat. Right, another little mini roundabout up here, and it is a mini roundabout. We'll sling it right onto the M8, A8, whatever you want to call it this week. The A8. To indicate our intentions. My dad doesn't indicate when he was driving. He didn't want to tell people which way he was going. It was none of their business. Make sense of that if you can. So I want to tell people where I'm going for. It's none of their business which way I'm going. But it is. Oh well. Go round and round. Go. Yeah. Here we are. And that's close. North of Junction 4 for Livingston. I expect I'll be loading from Livingston or Castleford. It's good. We'll see you next time.